What's up, witches? It's me, Luna, and I'm pouring my coffee because it is hella early. It's so early the sun hasn't even come up over the ridge there, and it's not a high ridge. It bucketed down rain yesterday all day long until nighttime when it bucketed down just ferociously. So it's cleared out today, and yesterday I got a package on my porch, and it was a present from, get your name right, Drew McKinney. I remembered your first name, but not your last. Drew McKinney, she has gotten me a deck before, I don't remember which one, but she got me two this time, and what a lovely Yule gift. So I am starting with the Sun and Moon Tarot, and I can't promise you when the second unboxing is going to happen because it's December 17th. And speaking of raining and pouring, things are about to get hella busy. Anyway, I've got a cuppa. Oh, I hope you have too. Here's the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa DeCourt. I will also mention that Mercury just stationed direct 2 days ago, so it's not quite up to speed yet, but you know. This is a US Games deck that I've been looking at since 2010 when it came out, and realizing that it was at that last job where there was a shop, and I instigated the ordering of decks. And that's where I started my collection. Anyhow, I've been looking at this deck since then. The Fool includes 78 card deck with illustration book with fresh contemporary artwork. Sun and Moon Tarot gives a modern twist to ancient cultural symbols from spiritual systems as varied as Kabbalism and Taoism. By playfully incorporating mythology and astrology, Vanessa DeCourt gives unique interpretations of traditional tarot, presenting a deck that is both insightful and accessible. When we say traditional tarot, one assumes that we're talking Waite Smith. When it's interesting because traditional, Marseille would probably be more traditional, but I don't know. Anyway, too early for that. Let's look at the book. Ooh, look at the card backs. So pretty. This is, as I said, copyright 2010, Vanessa DeCourt. And, okay. Introduction to Tarot and the Sephirot. Tarot, a centuries-old card system, summarizes universal wisdom with symbolic visual representations. The 78 cards of the Trudeau? Seriously? Hi, Justin. The 78 cards of the Tarot are traditionally subdivided into the major arcana comprised of the trumps, 10. Oh my God. How you doing? Let's drink some coffee. I'm not going to edit this out because it is early in the morning. And now you see why I'm not a morning person. Anyway, comprised of the trumps 0 through 21 and the minor arcana consisting of 4 suits, 10 number cards, and 4 court cards. Okay, so we get the structure. The early stages of the Fool's journey lead to the splitting of the self into dualities, represented in the Tarot by 2 pair of male and female cards, 1 to 4, and through the worldly cards of awakening, cards 1 through 7. The discovery of the self via the subconscious occurs with cards 8 through 14 and leads toward the spiritual series of higher consciousness, cards 15 through 20. At the end of the journey, the Fool has become wiser. He's overcome duality by reconciling and uniting the opposites within himself. At this point, he is sufficiently equipped to step into the world, card 21. After this journey, a new cycle can start at a higher level. Okay, so this is just the Tarot. Tarot images have numerous other associations, including symbolic expression of Jungian archetypes, also associated with astrology, alchemy, Freemasonry, teachings of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the I Ching, runes, yoga, and Hindu wisdom, Egyptian and Greek mythology, numerology, on and on. It's a powerful tool for gaining access to deeper layers of the subconscious. The Sun and Moon Tarot considers universal archetypes and cultural symbols and also incorporates the artist's own personal symbols. And then we're right into the major arcana. So we don't get anything about the artist. Let's see. Oh, we do at the end. Vanessa de Court received her art education at St. Lucas Art School, Brussels, S-I-N-T. I mean, they pronounce it that way, but I've never seen it spelled that way. Where she earned a degree in graphic design and illustration. After completing her studies, she worked as an illustrator of children's books and a designer of book covers. Vanessa, it's interesting. I think the last deck I did, which was, I don't remember, was also a children's illustrator. I think it's a natural progression there. Now teaches art classes at the Academy of Art while working on her own creative projects. Hi, Paiwaka. Did you hear him calling me? Her illustrations explore the worlds of fairy tales, myths, and fantasy, as well as her own experiences. Since she was a teenager, Vanessa de Court has been attracted to astrology, Jungian psychology, alchemy, Kabbalism, and symbols from around the world. Her first tarot deck was the Thoth Crowley, in which she found an illustrated guidebook to the mysteries of life. Vanessa created the Sun and Moon Tarot to deepen her understanding of Tarot's messages and to share them with others. Sun and Moon Tarot incorporates universal archetypes and symbols from many cultures. So we have, under reading the cards, we just have one yin and yang reading, and it's just 4 cards. So, okay, hold on. Hi, Paiwaka. Hi, good morning, baby. Good morning, baby. See, he comes up and calls to me in the morning. It's already time to take my robe off. He comes up and calls, and I go over and we have a little session. All right, so let's go a little bit deeper. For each of the cards, for the majors, the Fool says linked with Uranus, associated with principles of courage, ecstasy without fear, acting impulsively. Card depicts the caduceus. So it goes down. We don't get things separated into upright and reversed. We just get a solid paragraph. The minors, we get a little blurb about the suit, and then we just get a little paragraph. So no upright, reversed, none of that. Let's look at the deck. The back art is really beautiful, a lotus. Lotuses are so fun to draw because you start off with like an even number of petals, and then you just split between them, and then you get more and more and more petals. All right. Here's the facing card, and then we get about the artist, and it looks like the same as what's in the book. So, but it's nice to have. Have 2 blocking cards. All right, so here's the Fool. And we see the art style. I totally see children's books. Good grief. So there's the Fool. There's the caduceus. There's, is that a butterfly? It looks like. You can see the butterflies sort of spiraled around and taking off. We have a Hebrew letter. We have a tiger, and not only are they ready to step off the cliff, I love the tennis shoes, but they're ready to step off the cliff into the jaws of a crocodile. So very sweet, very innocent. Here's the magician. I like that we have diversity in culture and skin tone, and we're on a beach next to a fire. There's this beautiful sacred geometry in the sky. We see the wheel of the zodiac, and thank you for putting it. Aries should be here, but thank you for putting it in counterclockwise motion. So obviously someone knows something about astrology. You see the symbols of the elements. Here's the High Priestess. What I'm noticing, there's a lot of headroom in these cards. The figures are small and they're down at the bottom, and then we get a lot of head space up above. So the High Priestess gives this idea of a lot of height, and this definitely looks like it's Egyptian. See the moon, she's got a book on a pedestal. They're very calm. And I like, it's interesting that there's bolding too. Look at, you know, the high priestess. Not yet. The sun still hasn't come up over that edge. You'll know when I have to close my curtains. Anyway, here's the Empress. I like that she's sitting on a moon, and her belly just kind of looks like a peach. Framed by the trees and the little rabbits there. They really are, they're tender, they're soft. This deck doesn't, you know, come at you in the face. Here's the Emperor. Look at the tennis shoes. I love it. I love the characters. They don't have faces. Look at the sun coming up. You feel that power. And here's the Hierophant with a little cow. Oh, sitting beneath a tree. There's a little thing on his chest. See, I don't think they give descriptions of the drawings either. Let's see. Linked with Taurus, associated with learning and teaching, represents traditions and knowledge, provides instruction, information. His wand of woven circles, okay, represents the three entities: man, wisdom; woman, intuition; and child, perception. Taurus gives life to inner and external experiences, and as an earth sign makes things concrete and applicable. The lotus flower with 5 leaves provides broadened consciousness. The Hebrew character Vav is the symbol of a hook and represents connection. So we get a little bit of a description of what's going on. And could you ever see that those are intertwined circles? Only if you hold it way up close. Here are the lovers. And we get not only the lovers, but we get children as well. And we get the lion and the eagle, snake and wings. So we have Scorpio, and I'm confused. That would be Leo. The wings would be Aquarius. The eagle should be Scorpio, but so is the snake. And the egg, we don't get a symbol of Taurus, and I guess we're not supposed to. And they're not going to really explain it to us, are they? Here's the chariot with bulls. How interesting. In the starry sky, here's Justice with her sword pointing down. We have yin-yang symbols. I love her butterfly wings. I love the round sort of clouds. There's a strong style here, and I always appreciate that from an artist. Here's the Hermit. Wow. Look at all the, is that Sanskrit? I'm curious. The drum vibrates to the universal sound of Om. I don't see the drum. Okay. The cosmic vibration of the trident of Shiva represents the trinity of past, present, future. Sovereignty. The Hebrew character Yud is the symbol of a hand and represents trust. Okay, we don't get anything about, I mean, there's the Om, and that certainly is Sanskrit, but we don't know what it says. Here's the Wheel of Fortune, a crocodile, a monkey, and a sphinx. I like the gears, just the idea of the turning of things, yeah. And you know, that interconnectedness of karma. Okay, a side rant. I took a chance a few days ago on Facebook. There was a group that came across my For You or across my feed, and it was some, dark lady, something dark witches coven thing. And I saw someone, I went, okay, I'll jump in and see what this is about. And I saw someone posted something, and they were just bemoaning stuff about karma and blah, 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 people that believe in karma. And so I'm like, so I jumped and I just wrote, karma is cause and effect, simply cause and effect, no more or less. And it's a universal law and there's no getting around it. Let me tell you the vitriol that was unleashed on me. The person that owns the page was talking about, you can go around terrified and very, I mean, the projection was stunning. And it seemed to me that the page owner was just unleashing on people. And then everybody was like, oh, that's why we call you Dark Queen. And I just went, ooh, boy, and I yeeted out. Like, yeah, I'm out. And so there was this whole thing, this terrible, terrible misunderstanding of what karma really is. It's not punishment. And they were like, if you want to be white lighters in Christianity, it's a Christian construct. I'm like, oh, my dear, no, it's not. Talk to the Hindus about that. Just this horrible misunderstanding and the spewing of their trauma all over people and calling it dark witchcraft. And I thought, well, y'all are in the fuck around stage. Let me know when you find out. Whew. Anyhow, onward. Here's the Strength card, and we get her actually riding on a wolf. I love it. Kind of that companionship with the wild inside. Here's the Hanged Man in a yoga pose. Death Rebirth is the Phoenix. And you see the Hebrew characters, but they're very subtle, very unobtrusive. Here we have the yin yang symbol again. Here's art, temperance. So yes, this is a thothy deck. It's thothy. And the other clue is that strength is 11 and justice is 8. That's the first clue. But the naming of temperance as art is thothy. Here's the devil. I like the way they're hooked to each other. Ooh, if that ain't codependence. Here's Tower. We don't see people falling. There's the Star. And it's a Merkaba, this sacred geometry form. Do I have my Merkaba up here? No, I don't. Anyway. Here's the moon. Look at the lighthouses. Just little things like that. We see the water sort of roiling underneath, and we have the dog and the wolf, or the wolves. We get the fishes of Pisces, and then lighthouses. You can say so much. There's the sun. The clothing reminds me of a dear friend of mine that I haven't heard from in so very long. Hi, Pamlyn. I love you. Okay. Cancer, Leo. And so here we have signs going wrong way around. I'm not going to look at that. All right. The Aeon is judgment. It's very sinuous, it's graceful, it's tender, it's sweet. I've said all those things. Here's the universe. And we see, we do. There's the bull. There's they all have coming out their noses. Which one's a crab? Which one's an angel? I don't know. But they're there. Here's the Ace of Swords. And we see the air symbol, the triangle with the little thing at the top. Peace. Keywords. Yay. This is where I have to mentally let go of Waite Smith and just go with keywords. Sorrow. I like the way the heart is a cloud. There's the 4, truce. The 5 is defeat. Science is 6. And yet, you know, if I look at the 2 mentally, you can see how the 6 of Swords in Waite-Smith talks about moving through, moving on top of the emotional, which is the water down below. And so you could see using the intellect and science and the method of science, the testing, to carry you from one place to another. Here's the 7, futility. The 8, interference. The 9 is cruelty, and the 10 is ruin. We have the princess. I didn't look at the courts in the book. The prince, the queen. Look at the mask she's holding, and the king. So we do have something flying in each of them. And the king on a horse, that's interesting. There's an ace of cups, the ace of cups. Like this sort of hint of lotus here. I like that rainbow line. The 2 of cups, there's the image from the book, which one would think was the lovers, but it's not. Look how beautiful, sitting in that lotus. Love. Abundance. Luxury. The keywords are so interesting. Disappointment. I could go off on a little mini lecture with each of them, but I'm not going to, or we'd be here forever. There's disappointment. Pleasure. Debauch. When we're almost drowning in pleasure. Indolence is the 8. Happiness is the 9. And satiety is the 10. Princess with the dolphin. The prince, again with a little chariot. The queen, and we get a water bird there. And then the king. It is very interesting that all the kings are, that both of the kings so far are on horses. Uh-oh. What's happened there? I got a spot. I'm not going to look at what card that is. Here's the Ace of Wands. The 2, Dominion. See the yin-yang there again. The 3 is Virtue. Now, virtue, we tend to think of it as, you know, abstinence from anything that's fun, or just, you know, being kind of pious. But you look at this juggling, and I'm thinking about in Tibetan Buddhism when they talk about the virtues. Diligence is one of them, just really working at your skills, increasing your skills. There's completion. Look how they've built something there. Strife. So we've got 6 wands there instead of 4, but you know, there's the 6, victory. Yeehaw! And the 7, valor. Again, I love how people imagine their figures, you know. They're very consistent, no matter how different the dress. I like kind of the dreadlocky hair. Very consistent vision. Here's swiftness, 8 of wands. Again, a rainbow coming out of her hand. There's the 9, strength. And the 10, oppression. It is interesting that we have a major strength and a minor strength in this deck. There's the princess, with the tiger. Hi, Durga. The prince with his chariot and a lion. The queen with a leopard. And the king on a unicorn. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. There's the Seed of Life. The 2. Juggling in a very yin-yang fashion. There's the 3. Not collaboration, but certainly getting the job done. The 4. He's built towers all around him. I don't know what's in his hands. There's the 5. Wow. The 6. Letting it fall, just manna from heaven, letting it fall into your apron. The 7. Look at the concentric circles. Feel it. You know what I haven't been doing? Wait. Let's back up here. There's the Ace. Change is the 2. Works is the 3. Power is the 4. Worry is the 5. Success is the 6. There we go. Failure is the 7. And look at drawing these circles around. Prudence is the 8. Look at the little bleeding hearts. Gain is the 9. Wealth is the 10. There's the princess. It looks a bit preggy. The prince on a bull. The queen with a goat, Capricorn, and the king on him horse. And as the sun comes up over the hill finally, so it's what, 8:50 in the morning before that sun gets up over that little rise. Okay, let's give this a blessing. And a blessing to you, Drew, my dear. Let me grab her notes here. Drew says, hi, Luna. Here are 2 of my favorite decks. I don't have a specific question, but would like a general reading to see what the cards would like me to know. Please use either deck. Many blessings and thanks to you, from Drew McKinney. Well, I may use both of them when I finally get to the other one. But Drew will have her name go in this book, and we'll have blessings. Her name uttered in blessing every time I take it out to read with it. All right. Let's get the sage going. All right. It's so wonderful. My Christmas cactuses are both in full bloom. This Friday is the solstice. And I hope that it's not raining. I don't think it's supposed to be. So we can have a flippin' fire. We couldn't do it at Samhain because it was raining. By fire, air and fire, sorry, may you be purified and charged. And I'm going to bless her note too because by water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. And by the sound of the bell, may the spirit awaken. Guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, thank you, my team. Thank you for being here with me and for me. And help me, please, to see clearly through these cards a message that will help Drew and all of my viewers. And as I always forget to say in the beginning, if you buy me a deck off the wish list below, I will read for you on the video. So, no problemo. All right, let's give several riffles, and we'd like to know, what is it that Drew needs to know right now? What does she need to know right now? A couple more. And see, look at, we've got the universe at the bottom. So you really do, just by riffle shuffling, you can get a very good mix. What does Drew need to know right now? Oh, you know what? I offered my guides fresh water, but I didn't offer the fire of Azrael to bring the spirit of divination in. Yes, 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 yes. I offer this to the deck. I offer this to Drew. I'm going to do my regular 6-card spread. Let's look at what the yin-yang spread is, just for fun. Okay. Select 2 cards from the Sun and Moon deck. You can do this either while looking at the card images or simply allow the card's energy to direct you to an appropriate selection. Huh. It says shuffle them, hold them in the palm of your hand. All right. Place the 2 cards face up, side by side, edges touching. Gaze at the card on the left. Ask yourself, what characteristics of this card do I recognize in myself or my situation? How do these traits influence me? Now consider what elements may be missing in your life. For example, do you lack the courage or patience? Okay, turn your attention to the card on the right. All right. So she doesn't give, like, categories. That's interesting. No, we're just doing our 6 cards. Okay. What does Drew need to know? You're telling me this is the last one. Okay. Okay. First one out is Princess of Wands. Then we get the 2 of Wands, Dominion, and we get the 2 of Swords. Okay, so right off the rip here, we've got some back and forthing going on. We have Dominion and Peace, but the 2s, and then we get the 2 of Pentacles, and then we get the 6 of Swords, and down at the bottom the 8 of Wands. So we don't get a major, and I will keep going until we get a major. So, Princess of Wands, passionate, enthusiastic. I really want to, you know, go for the gusto and live my life with feeling that that inspiration, that fire in the belly. But then we have the 2 of Wands, Dominion, and the 2 of Swords, Peace. And these might kind of be at odds with each other or not. Because Dominion can say, this is my territory. This belongs to me. Look at this wall of flames here. We can be talking about sort of really defining your territory and giving yourself space where you can then go inward and seek that inner peace. And here the blindfold to me is talking about you know, being able to shut out the outer world, and this is saying you get the boundaries firm so that you are able to completely let down and close your eyes, not be vigilant to the outside world, and go inside to tap into that passion. 2 of Pentacles. Now, I mean, 3 2s. This is just a lot of this or that, a lot of decision making. But initially, the decisions are about, how do I delineate my territory? How do I define my territory so that I feel at peace within it? 2 of Pentacles is change, and 6 of Swords is science. So the change that you want to see needs to be balanced and weighed against what is yours and what isn't yours. You are allowed to change what is yours, you know, and you are allowed to change yourself as well. And science here says that we do it, the word ecology is coming up in my mind, and what that means is just that things make sense within the context. You know, it's like, I don't know if I can come up with a good analogy with morning brain, but it's like, just make sure things are congruous and that they fit together, that what you're doing makes sense within your environment, within your resources. Two of Pentacles, of course, can talk about a juggling of resources, but it says that change can be something that is implemented on a basis of logic, on a basis of, I've tried this and it works. You know, when I see science there, science is a method. That's what science is. It's not the knowledge itself. It is the method that we use to get to the knowledge. And this is saying you use the intellect and you take a good hard look at it, and then you weigh and balance what makes sense within the context of your resources, so that you can implement the change that you need, and then kapow, and then you're off. So we have 2 swords, we have 3 wands, and we have 1 pentacle. No cups. This is not about the emotional at all. This is about your drive and your passion and how to move forward. And we don't want to move forward with swiftness until we've taken a good hard look at things and we've seen what needs to be changed. We've really looked at what is mine to change, and also looking at what's going to bring you more peace and a place that is safe for you to really let your passions out. Let's go for a major. There's the Queen of Wands. How interesting. There's the Princess of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Hermit. So, you yourself, when we look at the 2 of Wands here and the 2 of Swords, these are solo cards, right? Even though they're 2s, they really show someone on their own. And so the Hermit says that definitely you need this time. The emphasis comes back up here. With the 2 of Wands, what is my territory? What is mine to do? How can I draw a good solid boundary here? But it's a living, creative boundary. It's not a solid wall, you know? It's a flame. So it's your energetic boundary as well. So here's where I'm going to say to please practice grounding and getting your energetic boundary up. And any of my live streams, if you go back and look at them, in the beginning is going to be a meditation to ground. Put your root down into the earth to bring that energy up, bring your boundaries around, put yourself in a sphere or an egg of energy that is protective. That's what the 2 of Wands is talking about here. And it is a reminder with that keyword, dominion, that it is yours to do. If your environment is, if you feel that it's lacking in passion, this is yours to take care of. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the book. And this isn't very long. I thought, ooh, this is going to be long, but it's not. All right, Princess of Wands first. And she says, Earth of fire, playfulness and enthusiasm, willing to try new things, confronting inner obstacles, subduing the tiger signifies release from fear and obstructions. So, okay, this is you busting through here into your own enthusiasm, confronting inner obstacles. So the first thing we have to do is tap into that passion, know that it's worthy of being expressed, and just really tap into that desire to express, the desire to create. And then dominion, Mars in Aries. Everything is under control, energy directed toward new paths, actively seeking fresh challenges. This card depicts shadows and light, yin and yang, balance and integration. Okay, then 2 of Swords. Oops. Moon in Libra. repose, meditative spirit, decisiveness in making choices. Closed yoga pose shows avoidance of communication and the need for inner balance. So this too, yes, tapping into that, but then balancing it. Make a balanced choice between the two contradictory possibilities by finding the answer within. Then let's go down to the Two of Pentacles. The the writing is short and sweet, kind of like the art. Two of Pentacles change, Jupiter in Capricorn, restoring balance. The lemniscate, the figure 8, depicts balance, correction, and cyclic movement. Juggling the yin and yang elements brings balance between work and play. Go with the flow. All right, then science. Mercury in Aquarius, curiosity, knowledge, or mental exploration, an objective and rational mind, purposeful. The cross of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn represents the ability to think analytically and to consider all information. I thought that looked familiar. That's what's on the back of the Thoth deck. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, there we are. Mercury in Sagittarius, to achieve sudden success, rapid communication. The archer's arrows signal that there is something in the air, something about to happen. Act swiftly to resolve matters. The rainbow reminds you to follow through with what you've started. Okay. Yes, the rainbow, not just launch it, you have to follow through. So that is kind of the danger with the Eight of Wands, is just that you get carried away by your passion and you don't follow through. So there is that idea of, follow through. And if you've, looked at things carefully and made good decisions, then, well begun is half done, as they say. All right, here is the Hermit. Linked with Virgo, associated with introspection, meditation, time, and space. Wow, that aligns with all of this. The pursuit of study and analysis. Retreat to meditate on the hidden truths of life and the inner self, then return to help others. Natural and profound. The lantern and the hourglass guide the search for inner light and wisdom. The drum vibrates to the universal sound of Om, the cosmic vibration, holding the atoms of the cosmos together. The trident of Shiva represents the trinity of past, present, and future, and his sovereignty over the three worlds, the earth, the sky, and the atmosphere. The Hebrew character Yud is the symbol of a hand and represents trust. Okay. So trust, where do you place your trust? In yourself going forward. This is all very self-contained. None of the cards show any more than one person. So this is all inside you. And that, this deck has a lot to say, even without reading. There's a lot to draw on here, and it is so very simple, and it's non-confrontational. It's a very sweet deck. I love it, and it adds to my US Games collection. Thank you so much. All right, so really balanced, but the axis here is tapping into that seed in the belly, that fire and passion, and be able to channel it outwards. There's also a vibe of healing energy here, moving healing energy with your hands. But definitely this Dominion and the Hermit, solitude, going within, making decisions based on real good, solid thought, and based on what you've learned from the past, what works, what doesn't, all of that, and then you're ready to rock. All right, Drew, let me know how that reading was for you, how it resonated for you. Thank you so very much. I will tell you that the other deck, where did I put it? What the hell did I put it? There it is the Thelema Tarot. Like I said, I'm not sure when I'll get to that, but hopefully it will be soon. And I will see you on that video if I don't do a live before then. Until I see you next time, this is Luna. Blessed be.